Welcome to the Mix and Pick Pals. Hi, I am Dr. A, your host, and I am your crystal rock goddess. Welcome to the Mix and Pick Pals. Hi, I am Dr. A, your host, and I am your crystal rock goddess. The rock goddess, and we're in the place to be. Make sure you come on inside the Crystal Palace, take your shoes off, leave them by the door, stop at the crystal bar, grab your crystals and grab your libations, because over here we honor our ancestors. 5 ways to become a crystal. All you have to do is like, share, and subscribe. 2, all you have to do is type, and we call that what? The boom boom room. The 3rd way to become a crystal, all you have to do is listen, and we call the parlor room. The 4th way to become a crystal, all you have to do is after the show, don't leave your play around me, true player for real, ask me, you know what I mean. All you got to do is outhouse gang up in this thing, and that's what we call our after show, okay? Now, 5th way to become a crystal, all you have to do is to make sure you join our membership. Hey y'all, welcome. Let me cut this dang on light on. Welcome to the Mickey Flicky Crystal Palace. All right, let me cut this light on, boo. Okay, y'all, the business is closed. The doors is closed. I said, well, I'm going to stay a little bit late today. How you doing, Paulette? I am here for all the tea. You got your snacks? Let's go. I want Central Time. Okay, but I probably should have listed Central Time, too. I'm waiting on Steve there. I'm waiting on Big Steve. How you doing, Miss Tubi? I'm waiting on Big Steve. I'm waiting on Big Steve. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on Big Steve. Okay? Y'all said, let's go. Y'all are funny. Y'all are effing Mickey Flicky effing funny. You hear me? Can't nobody take that away. Y'all are effing funny. That's what y'all is. Y'all are funny. Funny. Okay? Y'all is funny. Okay? Let's get into talking about a conversation. Let's hear for the conversation because y'all want me to come up here and get to talking. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for y'all. I'm just gonna sit here for wait for y'all to come up here and for me to talk. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what y'all want me to do, but I'm just waiting on y'all to get. I'm just waiting on front and center. Gerard called him and told him not to call in. Ooh, Gerard said, "Lee." Gerard say, well, if that's the case, shoot, y'all know what I do. Y'all know it'll just be me going on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I ain't gonna chirp. Steve said, I'm coming. He gonna let his dog out. Please give me 10. Okay. Steve said, no. Gerard ain't told him ish. Steve said Gerard ain't told him ish passion. I dropped the link. So I'm just waiting on you to come up. You want to come up, Passion, while we waiting? While we wait. Okay, y'all. Steve said he'll be done in 10. He gotta let his dog out, y'all. He gotta let his dog out. That's what he got to do. He got to let his dog out. He said, like, look, y'all ain't gonna be pressuring him now. He done told y'all not get ready to be pressuring him. He said, hold on to your horses, ladies. He said, listen, lenders. He said, hold on. He said, don't get beside yourself. That's what he said. He said, don't get beside yourself now. I said, I'm coming. Don't play with me. He said, don't play with him. He said, don't play with him. He said, now look now. He said, now look. Now he ain't got He ain't got to do that now. Y'all ain't got to do that. He said, now hold on tight. He said, hold on tight. He'll say he'll be here in a few minutes now. He said, y'all got to give him some time now. He got to let his dog out. He got to let his dog out. How you doing? Lay? What's going on? I know. He said, hold on now. He said, hold your horses now, ladies. Now he said he know he in the I don't know if he married or not, y'all. So I don't know, y'all. we got y'all gotta ask him if he's single, y'all. Y'all know I done jumped back into the matchmaking business now. We got a bunch of women now. If you single, now if he's single and y'all ready to mangle, he say, "What's up?" No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. You making me nervous. Oh, you're an introvert. I'm sorry. Don't be nervous. I'm so light. I'm so lighthearted. You see how silly I am. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. You ain't no nervous. Stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. You ain't no nervous. Don't what if you are for real, for real. All jokes aside. I'm just playing. Don't do that. We don't ain't gonna do that. Don't do that. Just chill. I'm chilled. I'm so chilled. I'm probably the most chillest person that you ever want to meet here on this social media. Okay. I am so chill. I am so chill. Yeah. What y'all want to ask them? Can y'all throw y'all questions in here? Let me try to get some questions, some answers, some questions and stuff. I'm gonna try to get some questions and answers and stuff. That's what we're gonna do over here, okay? Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, okay. We're gonna get some questions and answers here. Okay, we're gonna get some questions. Hey y'all, what questions do y'all have? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to let my husband do it. Okay. Okay. I just got some questions and answers. Okay. So we're gonna ask some questions. Y'all got some questions? What y'all gonna ask? Now listen. Wait a minute. Crystal Palace, listen. Don't y'all see the man that said he's just a little nervous, he's a little introverted. He ain't really out like that, y'all. He's just kind of new to the social media. So don't go buck crazy with him. He said don't go buck wild. He said don't go buck wild. We light over here. I promise. We are so light over here. Did Gerard? I'm sorry, I'm saying in Olivia's voice. Did Gerard really dip back into Olivia's lady pod? Question. Okay. How can Liv do so much damage and is crickets over there? Okay. Oh, that's what Pammy says now. These are light questions. See, these are just light-hearted questions. These are not hard questions. This is not an energy bash. Okay, my question is who the hello made that horrible thumbnail? Come on, Doctor. I know, right? That is the whole purpose of the thumbnail. It's supposed to be horrible. Oh my God. Y'all don't get that about the personality? Come on, Passion. You know the thumbnail is gonna suck. When have you ever seen me do a great thumbnail? Never. I would never do a nice thumbnail. When have you ever, Passion? No, wait a minute. Think back. When have you ever seen me? How you doing, Mysterious? When have you ever seen me do a cute thumbnail? Come on, ask yourself that. When have you seen me do a thumbnail that was worthy? Never. Nobody keeps the bail money running. Question. Oh, you said question. Nobody keeps the bail money running. It looks like no, ask yourself, when have y'all ever seen me do a cute thumbnail? Never. I purposely don't do cute thumbnails. Okay. When has it been in my nature? I'm going against the grain, baby. I'm going against the grain. It was just supposed to be a funny thumbnail. A funny, horribly made thumbnail. How you doing, Bonita? Oh. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna drop the link. He said give him 10 minutes, so I'm just trying to kick it with y'all till we get Oh my God. Did you really think I was gonna do a great thumbnail? When have I ever look back at the past? When have I ever did a thumbnail? And if I did a thumbnail, if you ever liked the thumbnail, it was because somebody did it for me. Like what? She just overlook her. That's why I said this. I'm so lighthearted. I'm so easy to get. I'm such a Taurus. We're so easy to get along with. We're such easygoing people. We laugh and make fun of ourselves. We don't give a damn. When have I gave a damn? Never, never, ever have I given. Never have I given a damn. Never. I go against the grain. The grain is to be horrible with the thumbnails. I'm like I'm an anti thumbnail. I hate thumbnails. I think they're just dumb. It's like, why do I have okay, here's Steve. Hey Steve.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Is my microphone too loud?
Nope, we hear you just fine. No, you're
Uh,
fine. You're great.
okay.
Okay.
All
How
right.
you doing? Go
I'm
ahead.
good. Let me figure out something right quick because I have a really bad delay. Give me
No,
one.
well, you there this is how this operation is. I mean, it's nothing really different. It's
Oh,
just
even monks is
yeah, you good. Don't worry about it.
oh
Like
my goodness.
this was 25 not this was $25. So I was like, I'm gonna go with that. I'm not paying for it. It's YouTube. Okay, go ahead.
Let me I think I can figure it out though.
Okay. All right, well go ahead. If you want to figure it out, go ahead. Let him he want to figure out the delay. It's gonna be delayed. I'm just gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah, because it's crazy.
Okay. Well, let me see how bad it is. Let me see. Is it can y'all hear Steve? Hold on. Let me look. I'm gonna look at her and see on my little
Yeah,
thing. Let me see.
it's like a 30-second delay, so we're talking all over each other.
Kentucky Kingdom theme and water park. Surround yourself with okay.
It's like a 30-second delay, so we're talking all over each other.
Kingdom theme and water
Let me
park.
see.
Okay.
Listen. Our stage feeds.
Here, first of all, oh, let me take off the off stage. There we go. You talking about that?
I don't know. It was coming out like it was.
How about now? How can y'all hear us perfectly fine? Can y'all hear us? Let me look. Let me listen. Wait a minute. Here, first of all, oh, let me take off the off stage. There we go. You talking about that?
I don't know. It was coming out like.
Okay. See, normally I cut it off because you can hear the out the listen to the off stage feed, so it's off. How about now? Let me ask everybody. Can you hear me
You,
loud and
you know
clear?
what? I'm a try to pop out and pack and pop back in because I'm literally like 30 to 40 seconds after you. You say something that it comes through 40 seconds later. It's a really bad delay.
Okay, hold on.
So,
Hold on. I dropped the link. You said it's the voice. Where have you been?
what? What is?
No, they're talking about Miss Lay because Miss Lay haven't been on live in a little minute. Everybody's asking her where
I'm a
has she been.
try. Hey, hold on. I think I cleared it up.
You did. Do you have something on in the background? Is that what it is?
No. I had to take you off of a channel,
Okay.
and I think we're say something. I think we might be okay.
Hey. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, I'm gonna add you back.
Go.
Boom. There we go. All
All
right.
right. So, all right. I think that's better now.
Okay, well, can you introduce yourself first before we get on down to the because these these women up in here, they be wanting you to just they don't even want you to warm up. They don't want the foreplay. They want you to get into the bedroom. I'm like, wait a minute, ladies, let's get a little foreplay going. Okay, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
I don't know. I'm just Steve. I've been kind of knocking around for a while. Actually, like the mommy sector is new to me. I come from a whole nother section of reactors. And
Okay.
like for like years I've been watching, they cover nobody that y'all guys cover. They have no clue that this sector is even over here. And I just kind of, me being a curious person and just checking out a lot of stuff, I just kind of stumbled into it. And I think one of the first creators I came across was Marissa Starr,
Okay.
and she was reviewing what was that? Young Mellow was. I don't know if
Okay.
y'all are aware. And
Yeah.
so it's been a long
Right.
time because Young Mellow hasn't really been doing anything for years. And from
Yeah.
there, it just kind of,
Marissa's good peeps. We love her over here. Go ahead.
yeah, it kind of expanded out from there. Then I just started, finding other creators, and um, where I kind of come from, even before the reactors, I kind of come from a thing that was called the Great Debate Community. And it was just all types of people. And they would have like philosophical conversations. And it was believers and non-believers, and just a lot of that stuff. I started getting interested in philosophy a little bit, just learning how to think. People think that just thinking is natural, and thinking is natural, but determining what is truth is something that you're taught. You're taught how to be logical or how to think logically. It's not innate. You're not born thinking logically. If you were, you wouldn't have to be taught not to touch a hot stove. So I kind of, was just like kind of kicking around in that for quite some time, and then, I just kind of moseyed around, and I found you guys, and I like, oh yeah, I like to be entertained, and y'all guys are hilarious. So
Yeah, they
that's
something else. Yeah, in this sector, they are something else. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I do appreciate that you, and it's not you and several other creators, when you're speculating, and it's a conversation. Listen, I like a good rumor, right? I
Right.
like I like a shit show. I mean, and all of that, but the to make a point to say, hey, this is my opinion, this is what I think is going on. I respect that. It's just when people state crazy stuff and then it's a fact, you know. And then on top of it, I can tell you what I've noticed in other communities and reactive communities and stuff like that. It's really surprising. Some of the people, it's always some reactors are very similar to the people they cover.
Oh,
They cannot handle any kind of criticism or any kind of inquiry. You be like, oh no, I have a different opinion. Oh, block, bang, get out of here. You know what I mean? Very similar to reactors, very thin skinned. They think, I mean, very similar to the people they cover. Very thin skinned. We'll say absolutely baseless stuff and won't clear it up and be like, hey, that's what I'm thinking. That's the way I feel. No, they'll put it out there like it's just ironclad fact. And it's not. But you've been very careful to say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. I don't really know, but we can talk about it. We can get into it. And I think that makes it enjoyable. But there are probably a few reactors in this community, just like in every community, and they are viewers, just like the ones that support Live and other people that are deluded, delusional, non-logical, and they're very similar.
was you reading the comments? Okay, I was gonna say, don't read the comments because they.
Oh, I love the comment. That's what make you and other what I consider good entertaining reactors. You're not thin skinned. So now, if somebody was in your chat doxing people or something like that, you probably block them. But you're open. People can call. That's what these people y'all cover don't get.
Right.
That the open conversation in the chat is vital for their channel growth. Now, you could be somebody that just don't care, like Peaches, and she grows and grows and grows, but she's just a whole nother. She's
That's a whole nother animal. That's a whole.
Yeah. I mean, so like Liv and Chrissy and Jazz, they want an echo chamber. They want people to praise them, and they want to say them the classless, dumbest stuff ever, and not have any pushback. And that's what that's what hurt them. This is the internet. You say stuff out here, people are going to react. They cannot control their self. How they think they're gonna control y'all over here?
I don't know.
They wasting their time. But they don't get
Exactly.
that. They think they should be able to do whatever they want to, say whatever they want to, and nobody say anything. They want people to enable them. I I mean, yes, some of them are profoundly slow. Yeah, I mean, I get that. But Liv, it just seems like, in my opinion, she's been enabled her whole life.
Mm.
And she wants to continue that. She's continuing it right now. I mean, come on. Oh, you want to come, bring your two kids to my house. You're in a bad situation. Cool, I get it. I got you, girl. You my sister. You got to get a game plan. Oh, you're gonna go to school? I'm sorry. You're gonna do like a lot of mothers do. You're gonna go to school and have a job and take care of your kids. But they're enabling her delusions.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we understand your perspective. Well, at least I do. Now I can't say that the Crystal Palace do, but most of us in here, well, majority of us in here, has some kind of decency, right? Hopefully, I'm gonna say hopefully. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say hopefully. I'm gonna say hopefully.
Y'all are
Um.
great. I love. I mean, I'm very new to your channel, maybe a week or two. I've been in
Okay.
the bushes, and so um, pineapples. I love her channel. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
she is
TMR,
beautiful.
winner. I mean, and I like watching y'all because all of y'all have different takes and perspective, and lots of times y'all do have some very insightful um things that are like, oh, I didn't think of it that way. And so yeah, it's a lot of entertainment, but also, it's good to, get y'all guys' opinion. And yeah, I like it over here. It's very interesting.
Okay, so a couple of questions already been thrown out. One question was, do you have an older brother? Do you have a daddy? Passion nasty self ask you that.
um I do have a older brother, and my father has passed.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about your father loss.
We weren't that cool.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
mean,
I'm
no,
still
no,
sorry.
don't get me wrong. He
I'm
was
still sorry.
nah, 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 nah. It's one of those, and it is, what it's kind of. Let's talk about that.
No, you
So
ain't blocked. Mysterious. Go ahead. What are you gonna
yeah,
say?
yeah, let's talk about that. So my parents got divorced. Divorced maybe when I was around 12 or something like that, and we moved out of state, and so I didn't have a lot of relationship with my father. Me and my brothers and sisters all had the same mother and father. And then I left home really young. I was almost 16 and moved 4 states away. And when my father passed, I took bereavement and I went to the beach. And it upset one of my brothers deeply that I didn't go to the funeral or anything like that. And I told him, I was like, it was his responsibility to maintain a relationship with me. I got friends and homeboys that know me better than him.
Mm,
And I spend time with them. Those are the people I can call.
okay. So you're closer with your friend. So you're closer with your friends than you are your family.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm not sitting here saying my family were bad people or anything like that. It's just we're very different. And um yeah, we're just very different. And as we grew up, we just all kind of just went our separate ways, me and my brothers and sisters. And it was never beef. It's just like when I left home, I couldn't wait to get out of home. I had to get away from there and just live my own life. I didn't like the judgment. I didn't like my personal issues or thoughts or things you're dealing with as a teenager
Hmm.
being community news within the church and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And because I am, very, in a lot of ways, very closed and to myself. And, so I was like, hey. You know, a funny story is even as a real young kid, I used to ask my mother, "Was I adopted?" And she like, "No, you look just like your daddy." I'm like, "That's true," but I was I always just wish she said, "Yeah, you are," because that would have meant that there was actually a family I belonged to out there. I just never felt attached to them.
Okay, so a question is posed. How do you really know Gerard?
Well, let me tell you some a little bit about what I do for a living.
Okay.
I've been working in for quite a little while, and companies that do major infrastructure projects. So we're talking about runways, highways, bridges, flyover bridges, tunnels. I mean, like it's always state and federal money. They don't even bid on jobs less than $350 million and up. Um, and so I worked for that company, and I was in North Carolina. We finished up some projects, and there's a project in Texas in DFW. It was called the 360 project. It was a toll road, and they needed some guys to help out on that. And so I went down to Texas with a crew of guys, and I was down there for quite some time, and kind of all over. And guess you meet people and you talk to people, and you're around people, and you know you it's kind of weird, that then you can see him years later on the internet and be like, whoa, uh bro, is that you? You getting flamed over there? What's going on? So, but if you remember in your messages, in your chat earlier, I said I really would not trust anybody that says they have information from the family or something until one of them, Gerard and Nisha, comes out and say this person's a spokesperson, or this person will deliver messages, or if I have something to say. You remember me saying that?
I remember you saying that.
Well, I'm starting a channel probably next weekend.
Okay,
So just put a pin in your head about that.
got it.
It was something I was supposed to do weeks ago, but I literally been very, very busy. And so, but you know, but let's get into the questions as far as like how Nisha feels and how Gerard feels and why they haven't responded or whatever. Fire away. That's what you
Okay.
got for me.
Okay.
And,
So
and I'll try to answer what I can answer. How about that?
okay, cool. Works for us. Okay, so one of the questions were, "Are you really Gerard's friend?" That's what one of the crystals said.
I would say friend,
Okay,
acquaintance. You know,
acquaintance.
yeah.
Okay, and
I
another
mean,
person.
I'm not even in Texas anymore, so
Okay,
I
got
wouldn't
you.
say.
So, at what point did you? What scale of relationship? Or what point was you in? Cool with him? Like, at what point did you all? Was it during the point where him and Olivia just broke up, or were they still together? Was it when he got with Antonisha, or what? Or
Oh,
when?
you know what? That's interesting because I did not know about all this. I don't know all the lore, and I'm not a person that's like, hey,
Oh, go ahead. I'm just drinking water. Oh, there you go.
when guys are just around each other, whatever, believe it
Mm,
or not, we're not constantly talking about who we're with or anything like that. So,
mhm,
by that time, I'm pretty sure because, like I say, I didn't know it was him. He was already with Antonisha by that point, so I didn't. I never met her. I never spoke to her. I didn't know he had a woman. It wasn't like me and him were like homeboys. We hanging out, blah blah. Blah. It wasn't like that. It was a great, especially in the construction industry and transportation industry and stuff like that. You meet a lot of people. You collect
of course.
numbers. You know what I mean, and
Mhm.
you collect work leads, and you try to put people into jobs, and so it's not like I personally, even though I know a ton of people, I really don't hang out with too many. So it's not like, oh, let's go to the bar, and I'll hang out with my coworkers, and I'm around them more than I'm around anybody.
We got this man getting over the family information as well. Okay, so you probably don't know when. Okay, so now what's your tell us, do you think that, or do you know whether or not Gerard, that's another question someone had in the chat. They want to know, when did Olivia and Gerard actually mess around, or do you know?
I know this right here.
Okay.
Um, when you make a claim about something,
Okay.
the burden of proof is on you to prove it. I don't have to run around and prove you wrong. So if you tell me, if you just, I don't know, if you tell me you got a you got a horse, okay, fine. I'm not going to expect a. I know people own horses, right? And I know
Okay.
horses exist, right? I'm
Hmm.
not going to. My burden of proof is not. I mean, like, maybe you do. People own horses, but when you tell me you have a magic horse that eats ice cream and shit gold, I want some fucking evidence. I need evidence, and she hasn't provided any evidence that can't be easily refuted or manufactured. Not one. And I would love for somebody to say, "Oh, this is the evidence." It's a lot of hearsay. It's conjecture. It's circular arguments. Well, the evidence is that she said it happened. That's not evidence. That's a circular argument pointing back to her, especially with somebody that's a compulsive liar,
True.
somebody that is mentally unwell, clearly unbalanced. Now, I know I had a conversation with somebody in the chat, not your chat, and we had a very civil conversation. And we was talking about it. I was like, "Well, I don't think it happened." And then I was like, "Well, actually, it could have happened. It definitely could have happened." But she, Liv hasn't provided enough evidence for me to say it did happen. And the person said, "Well, there's evidence out there." And it was just somebody. I was like, "Where?" And they was like, "I'm not sure. I don't know." I was like, I keep on hearing that it was on somebody else's channel and things of that nature. And then finally they said, "Well, why are you riding hard for him?" And I'm like, forget that dude. He could be a complete scumbag. He lies, he's cheated, but that don't mean he was banging that busted tuna can during that period of time. He could be hitting every girl from Texas to New York. That doesn't mean he was hitting her. And she says that he was. But a person with two ring cams, front and back, don't have one clear video. Not one. Text messages that could easily, I mean, come on. Spoof it. You can go to Google Play, and there's at least 30 apps to spoof text messages and phone numbers. They've been around for at least 10 years, and even somebody as dumb as Liv could easily use them. It's not like it's something, high level or anything like that. They're made to be easily used. And then you can start looking. I mean, don't get me wrong, the lack of evidence doesn't mean that.
Okay. Let me put him back up here, y'all. He's I guess this app is doing what it's doing.
It's okay.
So okay. I guess somebody else got some more questions. I'm getting
Go ahead.
questions in here. Um Now they're saying, or they were asking me, were you Jaden, are you really Jaden, or are you Steve?
I don't know Jaden. I mean, off the top of my head, I have no idea who that is. I mean, am I supposed to know who that is?
I don't know. I'm getting texts. I'm on my Instagram, and they're, because some people kind of want to stay in the bushes, they don't want to come out, and
Nah,
so they're hitting me on my Instagram and said, "Are you Jaden?" They said
nah,
that you
nah, it's
sound
not
like
me.
this cat named Jaden.
No, it's not me. It's only one of me. I'm not Jaden.
I'm not gonna call you out, girl. Don't worry.
And you know what? Ask whatever you want to ask. I'm not sensitive. I come up here to be part of your panel and your chat. And
Right.
they got questions. If I don't want to answer, if I can't answer it, but I would definitely. I mean, I think it's important. Like, I'll address this. It's like, why hasn't Gerard responded? I think that's a big thing for people.
Yeah, that's what they want to know.
All right. Well, I won't speak for him specifically on this, but I was speaking in general. Don't interrupt a crash out when they're crashing out. Guess we don't have to worry about somebody when they're totally out of their brain and they're erratic, just driving 30 minutes over to your house. You don't have to worry about that no more. Don't silence. If you really want to get under somebody's skin that desperately wants your attention, that desperately wants it, what's the best thing to do?
Put them on Front Street. I mean, you know what I mean? Talk
Nah,
that talk.
ignore them. Just ignore them. Don't give them what they want. When Liv started first crashing out and was going off, if he would have responded, it would have gave her exactly what she wanted, which is content. And we would have plenty of content. It would have been awesome for us. But ultimately, that put money in her pocket. She had her little Instagram going with fake information and fake tea, and it ran its course. And everybody felt, oh, wait a minute, she don't got no evidence. The suckers that don't think critically got beat out of some money for nothing. But and this is the thing too, when you attack somebody, you cannot dictate to them how they might respond. Right? You can't. You put your hands on somebody, they turn around and bust you in your mouth. You can't say, "Oh, I just slapped." Nah. You don't dictate how people respond. And I think a mature way is just don't say nothing.
Okay.
Just let them stew in their juices and run their course. I mean, she has nothing. She has no information. She has no proof. And I would even live if you're out there, you're in the bushes, you listening, you can't help yourself. You watch all this shit, right? So live. So if you want to get really, really get to Antonisha and you really sleeping with him, get very specific. So go back through your phone and then so you go and you find those days, all those days y'all was sleeping together, and you put those dates and those times out there and see. Let's just say a lot of couples, especially if they had trust issues in the past,
Hmm.
things like that, they share locations on their phone. Or, all of our jobs now have work apps where you can look up and see when people will work, when you check your payroll and stuff. And it's just like an open policy because you're with this person, y'all got some trust issues. So just put that up there. And then Nisha would see it and she'd be like, Gerard, you said this and that. Or you were supposed to be at work. And here's the day and the time.
Okay. This is a question of a personal nature. I just got I had to cut my phone down because it'll be blowing
Nah,
up.
it's good.
You don't want to answer the first question? Uh well, you said yes or no. You want to answer.
All right. What is it?
Okay, good. Okay, great. Okay, so they want to know, are you gay? That's what they ask.
Nah,
He
nah.
says no, y'all. He says no.
No, I'm not, but I will hope that I'm secure in myself as a person. If I was, I would still be the same person, and I would probably say, yeah, I am. But I'm heterosexual, and unlike some people think, I don't know why they think this. I didn't choose to be heterosexual. I knew what I was, or once I became, at a certain age, I was pretty sure what I was. Nobody had to tell me, and I didn't have to choose. And I kind of think it's the same for gay people. Um, I don't know when people say, "Oh, you pick and choose," and also the thing is, you're gay whether you're sleeping with the same sex or not. You could be born a virgin, die a virgin, and be a gay virgin. So, and I'm heterosexual, and if I died heterosexual, I'm still heterosexual. It's just who I am. It's not how many times I'm with the opposite sex or the same sex.
Okay. Next person asked me, what proof do you have that you know Gerard?
I'm saying I know Gerard. I mean, why? What's the reason I have to lie? I mean, what proof do you have Liv has been sleeping with him or he attempted to sexually assault her? What proof do you have? I can say this much, as far as you know, I haven't lied to you yet. And we know Liv has lied to you multiple times.
Okay. Anybody else have any other questions? But need to
Wow.
say, right. I mean, how? Oh Lord,
Yeah.
the passion. What is he?
I can't see the chat, so I'm
I
just
know, I
looking
know,
at
I know. It says, how old are you? And no virgins in this chat.
it.
These are all 304s.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you this much. As far as 304s go, what consenting adults do, I don't have a problem with it. It's just when they're sloppy with what they do. I mean, if it's just a lot of things I don't have like a moral problem with. Um, Honestly, if I had a vagina, I'd never be broke. Because it's just
Okay.
there's a lot of guys that's just lame and got bread and we'll give it to you. But I'm just saying, but what consenting adults do, as long as they're doing it in a way that is safe as possible, not dragging the kids into it, not meeting people on POF and bringing them home, and having all kind of people around their kids, whether they're male or female. That doesn't apply to just women. Do you? I mean, 304s make the world go around for some people. I mean, not my thing, not something I'm a pay for in a parking lot. That's not my not my interest. But if that's somebody else's, knock yourself out.
They are crazy in this thing. Destiny says, "Who this man? Where is he from?"
Where I'm from, I probably have a little bit of a weird accent. I'm originally from Maryland, and I'm in the South, and then I've traveled around quite a little bit over the years.
Okay. All right. Myra says, "Who believes him?" I don't. Okay.
You don't believe me? Come on now. Why don't you believe me?
Myra, he asked, "Why don't you believe him?"
How about this? Who believes Chrissy is married to a doctor?
I don't think nobody believes that.
Well,
Chrissy
hold
don't even
on. Nobody believes that. Why not?
know. Not even Chrissy.
Why not?
I don't know. Because,
Oh, I think it's personal biases because she said
you breaking up. We don't hear you. All right, here we go. There we go. All right. You back. We didn't hear anything you said. So,
I had dropped off a minute.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so why don't you believe Chrissy's married to a doctor?
Because it's Chrissy.
What? Are you saying Chrissy is a liar?
Yes. I mean, she said
She
she had a house.
she
She bought a
fabricates
house.
crazy shit, right?
Right.
So her words should not be trusted, correct?
Correct.
So now this is just personally for you. I mean, this is not for everybody, but that would be probably could apply directly to Liv also, right?
We know Liv's a known liar. Yeah.
Yes.
She's a known liar.
Yes. What else? Do she fabricate completely wild stories? The girl brought a diploma off of Amazon. I mean, come on.
You-
Come on. Yeah, yeah, yes, 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 be real. I mean, so I'm saying if we're just going to go, I mean, then you can say, look, Gerard's a known liar, right? You'll say he's a known liar and he's a cheater also. So we can't take their word, right? Well,
I mean, it's just all entertaining for us. I'm just
I
gonna be
know it's deeply. Hey, look, we all gonna get up, go to work tomorrow, and hopefully you gonna stream so we can watch and put that one earbud in and rock with you. You know, I mean, it's completely entertaining. But and I'll tell you something else. I mean, we can speculate all we want to, but the internet is really, really big. I've been online for years, over a decade. And I've been into reaction and stuff like that. I had no idea about this area. And it's like the Diddy trial. I haven't watched any Diddy trial, any reports from the Diddy trial. I don't need to be watching stuff like that and activate my inner freak and stuff like that. So I just like, okay, I'm gonna avoid this one. I don't need to know about the baby oil. All right, I'm cool. And I'm online all the time. We look for you guys. We consume this because we want it. Guess what? Pretty much everybody I know, when I ask them about Live, they have no idea who these people are. And when I try to explain to it, they look at me like I'm growing two heads. Why would you look at that? And I'm saying all of that. Gerard and Nisha could be online every day, living their life, looking at videos, and don't have to see none of this. They don't have to watch any of it. If they're smart, they're not watching, and they're not like hunkered down, bunkered. They're online. This is a really small area of the internet. And for people to think that they're aware of everything that everybody is saying and what Liv is saying and all of that, that's a pretty big assumption. It's amazing. People that got some self control can actually say, "Yeah, I'm good. I ain't with that. I'm not going to watch that. I'm going to avoid that." And if you don't click on stuff on your phone, the algorithm starts recommending other stuff, and that old stuff gets pushed the hell out. So I'm just saying.
okay. Another question is, what is the purpose of you wanting to be interviewed? Or what's the
Oh,
purpose? What's the purpose of this interview? Is it to promote your own channel? That's what someone asked.
no, because that wasn't the purpose. It's something I was going to be working on and have been working on anyway. But you know, I'm always interested in talking. Like, I was very interested in talking to you personally. Um, I like how you think, and I think you have a very different view. You know, I didn't say my channel name or anything like that, and I'm just Steve. Good luck finding me. But if you're out there looking hard for stuff and whatever, you very well could come by it. And maybe also might be thinking about demonstrating something. I mean, I do just kind of just demonstrating something, and under where people have a better understanding of things. And because I'm constantly saying, I don't, I'm not.
So okay, let me put you back up here. So Destiny says that you know all the mommy T, but she don't think you know Gerard.
I'll tell you this. I know very, even though I've been watching for a while, that all the mommy T go back years. I haven't, and I told you, I haven't been in this community in a long time. If you look around, I mean, people see me. I'm very new to your channel. I'd say pineapples, Marissa Star, this and that. I'm from a completely different part of the internet that have reactors, but they don't cover anybody. They're not even black for the majority of them. And they don't even, I wouldn't even aware. So Liv crashes out and do the craziest stuff every day. I don't know. I'm sure most of y'all know at least 90% more tea than I, about. I mean, it has to be. We've been watching stuff for years. I mean, I've been watching it. I've been watching I could tell you about some other people. Y'all be like, oh, I know a whole bunch of details, but with Liv and Jazz. That's why I like watching really good reactors too, because y'all guys constantly bringing up stuff and giving a backstory to it. I mean, y'all, y'all really. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that happened. Oh, I didn't know that was going on. So I like that.
Okay. Let's see what else. Somebody said you charming as fuck. You're a charming
Charming.
motherfucker. Damn. That's what Destiny
Uh,
said.
okay, thank you. I'm just a, I'm just a, I'm just me. I don't know how to take your compliment, so I'm just gonna say thank you and leave it like that.
Um, they said you starting a channel. I definitely think Gerard and Nisha knows what's going on. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, they very well could be, but their silence is deafening. But I would say, just like if you interact with the police, lots of times just keep your mouth shut. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Don't help them out. They got a job to do. Your job is not to go to jail or to get out of jail. And you talking and interacting is not going to help you. It's not going to change their mind. And them talking, there's going to be people out here, no matter what Gerard says, they're not going to change their mind. Oh, you know what? He that sounds like something was written on Chat GPT, or he didn't mean it. What would he gain from engaging directly with this audience? Or better yet, what would he gain from interacting with Liv publicly or whatever? What would he gain? I mean, he's not online. He doesn't make content, so it's not like he's gonna get some extra coins from it. What is he going to gain? And I do want to talk about this too.
Go ahead.
The notion of, well, Liv is a mother. The whole thing about allegedly calling the school and talking and blah. Liv is the kid's mother, and she can do that.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I'll be polite. So, for most mothers and fathers, absolutely. They're going through their situation with custody and everything like that. So the app is put in place for a very good reason. And court orders are put in place for a very good reason. So when Liv said, I don't want Gerard listening to our conversations, this and that, she's leaving out something key. It was ordered for them to use it because every conversation, every text message is recorded and the courts can retrieve them. And
Mm-hmm.
she knows that. Now, I don't have children, right? But if I did, I would think I would want the conversations of my children to be monitored when they're coming from somebody that is delusional, erratic, will say anything and do anything. So people like, well,
You breaking up. All right, I'm gonna add you back again. Okay, there we go.
okay, or a lot of those rights were taken from her because of her actions that she can't manage herself. She cannot manage her tongue. She can't manage the things she do. So that app is completely, everything is recorded and it's provided to the courts. And the enablers that say, well, yeah, it's okay for her to call a school. They're just enabling, Liv doesn't have to follow rules. Liv get to do what the hell she wants. I think she was taught that as a child. But no, it's a court order. That app is for a reason. And think of a hypothetical. Let's say 2 years from now, daughter goes missing. Liv has been calling schools, calling cell phones, having unmonitored communication. Daughter goes missing. People will be sitting here saying, I don't know why they letting her talk to, kid talk to the crazy lady. They know she crazy. She probably down there in Florida. They probably came up there and picked her up and she done ran away, blah, blah. No, Liv don't need to be talking to anybody's child unsupervised. Let's be honest. She is sick. She has a internet addiction at the minimum. She is well, I ain't gonna say narcissist. I think it's overused because one, I'm not a doctor or psychologist, and narcissists are extremely rare. I mean, less than 1%. But she has some mental health issues going on, and I don't give her no quarter or room or whatever because a lot of us have mental health issues. A lot of us deal with a lot of things, and but I'm definitely not going to enable her. No, Liv don't need to because she's the mom and calling to the school. She needs to go through the app because the court deemed that their communications both ways need to be monitored. Do everything through that. Pay child support. She the mom and she ain't doing that. So no, she's just circumventing court orders and it's going to catch up with her.
Okay, Passion asks, there's a couple of questions I have for you.
Go ahead.
One person wants to know, what do you think about Liv's text messages? That's being one. I know you kind of touched on it a little bit, but I guess someone wants you to go more in detail. What is your thought on that?
The timing, the dates, the format of the conversation, it don't match up, but I haven't went into somebody really broke it down. I think it's a Queen Blamon. She went really hard into him and made some great points. She does really good reviews.
She
And
does.
yeah, she's awesome. And I think it was maybe day before yesterday. And
Hmm.
she goes and she kind of really analyzed them. If y'all get a chance, go over to her channel and break it down. And she was breaking down the dates and everything. For me, I'm more of I know how easy it is to fabricate those text messages
Okay.
where they're on your phone. So I'm like, coming from Liv, that's not evidence. I mean, I need that to me, that's just easily fabricated. And why didn't she break that out when she had her little private Instagram? And I'm gonna tell you something else. This whole thing about the backseat of the Jeep, like LL Cool J at the gas station for
Hmm.
$160, hilarious, right? I love
Exactly.
it. I just love it. I'm just I imagine Gerard's truck like it's parked out, at the crib, and there's like 50 cats around it sniffing it, just smelling tuna. And the car detailer, bro, you gotta pay him to get that funk out of there. But I have a feeling she said this happened at a gas station because she got tired of people and she's trying to head off of, oh, why is he on video? Why he ain't show up on a ring cam? So she's trying to move the location. Though we were hooking up here and we was hooking up there, and that's why there's no evidence. That's what I think she's doing. Even though she's not that bright, she's conniving. And yet, and look at it like this too. I think your audience and most people are intelligent. We're flawed, but we're if you get let's just say it turns out she's lying, right?
Hmm.
And somebody really believed her. One, I don't think they would take any evidence that's absolutely
Broke up a little bit. All right, here he's back
yeah.
again, y'all. There you go.
I don't think I think people that really, really truly think Gerard did it, they believe it without evidence. So if it was absolutely proved that Liv said on this date this happened, and it was rock solid proof that it never happened, those people still gonna believe it. So that's why it's kind of pointless for him to address us people on the internet about it. I don't think he's gonna change a lot of minds, but it's I think even how bad I'm telling you right now, if Liv, Jasmine, Wine Glass fool me about anything, I need to reevaluate my life. These people are dumb. If they get something over on me, I need help. I need to go sit down to the elders or do something because these people are slow. And if they can get some BS over on you or me, that's about anybody could. I mean, and I'm not saying 100%, oh, it could have never happened. Gerard's a man. He has a penis. It could happen. I'm just saying she hasn't proved that it happened during that time period. She said it had.
Okay, a couple of questions,
Sure.
couple of more questions. Fashion talking about what do you think about Jasmine and her hot pocket, wet hot pocket? Oh Lord, y'all
I
crazy.
think Jasmine is profoundly slow, and it's a thing called Dunning Kruger effect, and it's really interesting. But to sum it up, that people that are profoundly dumb, they're too dumb to realize how dumb they are. Jasmine thinks she's normal. Wineglass think she's normal. Obviously, we can look from the outside and say, no, you're not normal. You're behind the curve. And then on top of it, because they have internet addictions where they can create a world for them without pushback, just turn off things, and then they don't have friends in the real world. They don't have people around them that can help them manage their lives better, right? Because they can always go to the internet and say something, do something stupid, and find 50 people like, oh yeah, that's great, right? But if they really have friends around them, they're really cared about and they trusted and listened to, they will do a lot better. But yeah, and don't get me wrong, just because you might have some intellectual disabilities or you're behind a little bit, don't mean you can't be a piece of shit. Don't mean you can't con people, try to con people, lie to people, all of that. So I'm not gonna be like, oh well, I've dealt with a lot of people that have various physical and mental issues and intellectual capabilities. And some of them were really good people, and some of them were trash. So
Okay, Miss Tubi says she. Well, I mean, he has talked about it, but I'm still gonna ask you
sure.
anyway. Have you been to other reactors? I know you mentioned it, but
I've definitely looked at other reactors. I say pineapples, TMR, winter, blah blah, Marissa Starr. I've looked at all of this stuff for a good while. Like like I said, I think the first person I found was Marissa Starr, but and I think kind of relatively new. It's been months. It hasn't been years. I found pineapples and TMR in winter, and I'm missing somebody. I'm leaving her out, and she's a great creator. I feel so bad. And then you, like I found you. So yeah, I look at or listen. Most of the time I'm listening because I'm working and doing other stuff. And y'all get me through the mornings lots of times. So
well, thank you. Now it says, wait, is this the food guy, Steve? Are you the food guy, Steve?
the food guy. Well, she got a burger for me. I'll be the food guy. She gonna feed me. What's up?
He said you gonna feed him, girl. Passion says she glad you can't see the chat.
I can't. I don't know what's going on over there.
Gerard knows what's going on in his family because his friends are telling them.
How you know that? I tell
That's
you
what
right
folks.
now. I tell you right now. The friends I actually do have, if I tell them
Mhm.
I want to talk about something, they ain't gonna tell me shit.
Miss Cheek says you speculating just like the rest. Wait a minute, let me make sure he hears me.
I hear you.
Miss Cheek says you're speculating just like all the rest of us. That's what Miss Cheek said.
I'm speculating about what.
He wants to know what he's speculating
Yeah.
about.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not, but I was looking for more specifics about what am I speculating about.
Okay. Silence speaks volumes that and why Antonisha is on chill.
I mean, silence speaks volumes are okay, and what is it saying to you? And it might be saying the same thing it's saying to me. That's and I talked about a little bit about my early childhood and stuff like that. And that when I told you like I didn't like my business being family business or church business, a community business, and I left home really early. And one thing I said as a young child and becoming a young teenager and man, I like, when I get up out of here, I'm not going to talk to anybody I don't want to. I'm not going to tell people my personal business that I don't want to. And as an adult, yeah, you talk to people you don't want to for money. You know, your job, you got to deal with Tony over there. He get on your nerves, but you got to talk to him. You know, they have your job. But sitting here and talking to the internet as a non-content creator, I ain't getting paid for that. I ain't got to talk to y'all. What do I owe you? What would anybody owe you? What do y'all owe me? I mean, really think about it. People on the internet that you're not even, maybe not even watching, not even paying no attention to, like, you ain't come and tell me you're in an intimate business, and I like, get the fuck out. I mean, honestly, it's like, it's nothing that man could really say that probably would convince certain people. Nothing. It would just be content for us. I would be here for it. But really, what could he say to convince anybody of anything?
Okay. They're saying that let's see, where did I lose my point at? They're asking about the phone call. So any feedback as far as the phone call is concerned?
Which which
Like,
phone call?
why would the school allow the children to talk while their child is right in the middle of class?
That's a good question, but depending what is said, the school will pull somebody out of class, depending on what's going on. The thing is, if that did happen, I'll put it like that, um, you're dealing with Liv. She don't care. She'll say anything to get what she wants. I mean, take Gerard out of it. What has she said about other people? I mean, forget Gerard. She'll say anything. Liv will say absolutely anything.
Okay. What would you say? Rose asked basically, why? What would you say to Gerard if he did have an affair with Liv?
I say you paid too much. I mean, $160, bro. I don't know.
Ooh.
What would I say? Like, you knew she was going to tell everybody what she tried to destroy y'all relationship. She wanted you back. I'm like, I don't know how you thought you were going to pull that one off. I mean, that's what I would say. I mean, it's. I'm like, are you shocked? And I feel like I would have a question for him. I'd be like, bruh, you got to tell me this. Next level James Bond between me and you. How the hell did you do this for 5 months and ain't show up on her Ring camera? I need that cloak. I need that cloak you got that make you disappear, especially when Liv was saying you would be in the house and he would, you would tell her to go ahead and stream live while you're there. And she would say, no, she don't want to. I was like, why would you do that, Gerard? Because that's what Liv said. He was in the house. And he'd be like, girl, let's go ahead and go live. And she would say, no, Gerard, I don't want to. And I say, Gerard, she said, yo, it's out and about around town. And she ain't just pull out her phone when you was ahead of her and snap a quick pic or anything like that. She's always on her phone. She ain't take no picture. How did you pull it? Give me some of that visibility grease you got, bruh. So that's what I would say to her. I want to learn those tricks.
Okay. Let's see. What are we doing now? Okay, let me put him back up here. You dropped off for just a few minutes, a few seconds.
So,
Miss Cheeks, what? Okay, wait a minute. I already read that. Wait a minute. You talking to Miss Cheeks? Okay. Basically, Miss Cheeks said, nope, nope, nope. She's not buying it. He knows all the reactors and mommies. That's what Miss Cheeks said.
I
Okay.
know them just as well as you do, Miss Cheeks. How about that? I mean, I never said I was kicking it with Chrissy or Jad. I watched this stuff. From the beginning, you might be a little late. And I've told exactly how I even found this sector. I've been watching reactors long before the mommies, and I had no idea that one, there was a black reactor community, and y'all had these people that y'all covered that are very across the board. All of these flawed individuals, they share the same thing. We in the area I'm from, we call them Lowell's cows, LOLS cows, and we milk them for laughs. You can kind of trigger them and they spaz out and whatever. So Lowell's cows and these mommies, I don't care what race they are, what gender they are, sex, whatever. They have things that are in common across the board. One, they're not self-aware. They just kind of do stuff and they don't understand the perception of their surroundings or their self in the space. They're addicted to the internet. Um, they're profoundly lazy. They are conniving, right? And they feel like the world owes them something, and they're leeches. It don't matter. It's people out there that and reactors that cover other people that y'all have never ever heard of, and if you watch them, you'll wind up like, oh wow, they're just like jazz. If you strip it away, or they're just like Liv, they all had this stuff in common. And there is something that explains it. When I do a channel, it's probably some of the stuff in between other things that I'm gonna go into. There's something that really explains the connection between Chrissy, Jazz, Liv. There's a something that explains it very, very, very well. And I want to delve into that. And if anybody hears about it or watch it, I think people are going to be shocked because it covers them. It's not just throwing out, oh, it's this and it's that. You be like, that's exactly them.
Okay. Now, Destiny 44 also asks you, but if you're friends, you should have already questioned him, right?
You might be late. I didn't say we're friends. I said acquaintances. I'm not even in Texas anymore. I worked down there for a while, and that's been some time. I never said friends, homeboys. I said I have very few friends. Acquaintances, I do have a ton of phone numbers working in the industry I worked in for years. And I know people. It's people I can call up. I've had my same cell phone number 20 plus years. I have other phone numbers, but I get calls from dudes I haven't talked to in 15 years overseas. And so, yeah, I don't know what your definition of a friend is, but I don't consider him a friend. He's an acquaintance. We cool. That's what I'm saying. Cool. How about that?
He said they cool. Okay. So yeah, I guess I hyped up the title.
No, no, you're title.
Clickbaited.
You're
Everybody else
title.
clickbait. Why can't Dr.
Listen,
A
listen, listen,
clickbait?
listen, listen. Me and him are best friends. Like we've been doing the do. We've been going to the gas station together. Me and my own truck, him and his own truck. We just find our own little things. Yeah, me and him, we do it all. We hang out. Yeah. Your titles, it's on point.
Okay, so I guess Destiny. Should I read this? Because Destiny looks like Destiny and Bonita's having a conversation. Would y'all like me to? Is that questioning? I guess I'll read it. I'll read it. Right, I'll
Go
read
ahead.
it to you. It said so. Destiny basically Bonita's I guess answering or talking to Destiny. But anyway, she
Is
says
is
how
Destiny a
often.
is Destiny a creator? It's like her name is familiar. I think I've watched her stuff. What's her
Destiny, are you a creator? And if you are, what's your channel? Um, How often do people really get together when they're married friend affairs? In married friends affairs, questions a grown man about what he did.
exactly?
Yeah, it's wrong, but who are you to question it? Okay,
Yeah,
question
I
it.
mean honestly, there's people I've known and I know for years and worked around for years.
I probably should have highlighted that comment, y'all, because I did read that like I'm slow, but I just couldn't see it. My bad. Go ahead, Steve.
Nah, yeah, it's like I said, this is all good and it's entertainment for us, but it's not I mean, you have to think, yeah, how many people do you go and talk to about what's going on in your marriage and who you sleeping with? And we know Liv, dude. She'll tell anybody or make up anything, but you and your audience as individuals, I mean, I don't know. To me, it's understandable. It's kind of bizarre because, but I'm more of an introvert and I don't feel the need to tell people certain things.
A school will not, because they are not sure who they are talking to. Okay. I guess that's the comment on the terms of live columns of school, I guess. So why come to the internet? That's what Destiny asked again. Well,
Why
another
be
Destiny.
come to the internet?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, why not? I like the internet. I'm on it a lot, doing various things. My job depends on part of it, and I think maybe being specifically, I could tell you this about myself. Um, I really have zero known social media, and when I say known, I have a Facebook account under a false name, and the only reason I have it is for marketplace. And I don't have Instagram, and I don't because honestly, I'm not really. I don't think most people, and include myself, is that interesting. I don't think my life is that interesting. Well, I'm gonna put, I mean, and so it's not like I'm chronically online in social media, but I'm definitely over here. I'm in this all the time. Cause like I say, I got one earbud in at work, and I'm loving it. Y'all make me through the day. But I mean, why not? Why not come to the internet? Sometimes I want to talk about something or whatever. Huh?
Who is that true forced loneliness? Have you ever heard of someone named true forced loneliness or something
No,
like that?
no. Maybe under a
Perfect.
different name or refresh my memory. I might, I might have forgot, but no.
Okay. So he doesn't recall. Okay.
And I might be wrong. Maybe add some context or something.
You want to add some contents to that particular channel? I
I
guess.
mean, the,
Steve. Oh,
uh,
go ahead.
yeah, no.
Uh,
True
Go
false
ahead.
one. I'm like, if she wanted to say, "Oh, we talked about something about," it might trigger a memory, but off the top of my head, I don't know who she is.
Oh Lord. Okay. Bank says B. Steve, if you said it enough, it will fill your chest. The girl will fill your chest. Okay.
Hold on, if I
Uh,
if I said it enough, what?
Something will believe that just as much as Liv is doing, basically. That's what
Hold
she.
on, say that one more time to me. I'm
I'm
trying to
gonna try to say it again. Hold on.
take
Let me
your
click on
time.
it. No, I can't see you. Hold on.
I know you can, but you're doing great. You're doing great.
It says basically she's saying if you say it enough with your chest full, someone will believe it just as they do Liv. What Liv is doing.
Say it with my chest. Oh, you like really put into it, then I'll
Right. That just
convince
really
people.
put your little self into it.
Ah,
People will
that
believe it.
that's
That's
what it.
that's all it is.
Apparently, that's what it take. If somebody says something enough that all of a sudden transform into the truth. I'm starting to see how that works for some people. It's a bit concerning, And don't get me wrong, like with you, you're very clear. Like, hey, we speculating, we talking trash. It could be this, blah blah blah. And I'm telling you, I'm totally with it. I'm totally get it. But there are people, maybe not in your audience, that they really take just compulsive liars' words at face value, and I find that bizarre. Then I find it bizarre when some creators curate a space just like these lives and jazz, where they gather those people up and they form a little echo.
Okay, you broke up somehow. All right, we're gonna put you back in here. Wow, there you
Gotcha.
go.
They gather those people up that will just believe anything, and those people are looking at you, say like you, that somebody is like, I have my opinions and I'm leaning this way, I'm leaning that way, but I really don't have evidence of it. They'll look and say, you out of your mind. He did this, or she didn't, and I'm just like, I wouldn't talk to them. I'll talk to you anytime.
Okay, y'all stop asking me about my dang on glasses. Y'all know doggone well I done told y'all it's nothing they said they can do about it.
That's re-
All I can see is when I'm driving. It's nothing to do with about the computer. It's the computer. I can't. It's hard to see on the computer. I mean, don't that make sense though, y'all?
you need a lens replacement, right?
No, 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 no. I've gone to the doctor. No, I have a now I probably can get that surgery, but I don't want to get that
Yeah,
surgery. I don't want
that's what I'm
them
talking about.
right. I don't want them. I don't want them messing with my eye like that. Shoot, I go blind. I mean, I'm been went blind. No, I don't go up on a knife like that unless I have to. That ain't no have to. I mean, it's just a
I
computer
understand.
screen that's hard for me to see on y'all. So,
I
but
got you.
anyway, we know Olivia lies, but are we going to believe her? This time, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's not about what I believe. It's about what y'all believe.
It's
I just said
crazy.
back there. I'm just teasing. I know.
It's crazy. It's bizarre to me that alleged somebody that you or me or whoever would accuse somebody of SA and then come to the internet and say they changed their number. You accuse me of something like that. I'll change my number. I probably change your address. I ain't going nowhere. But you come accusing me of something, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, why he change? I mean, come on, she makes up stuff, bro. I mean, and and we know as a guy that SA happens a lot. Is really, really bad. And yeah, do some people lie about it? Yeah, but it happens. It does happen. And for her to just play with something like that, it's not it's not cute. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's like some serious and it's just like, yeah, you will just say anything.
Okay. China wants you to get to the point. She said, "What is the point?" She wants you to get
What's
to
the
the
point?
point. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what point you want me to get to, John.
China, what point do you want them to get to? What time you gonna be driving so she can so we can get off the road?
What time I'm gonna be
They
driving?
talk
Like,
about me. They talk about me because my drive. Well,
oh,
first of
oh,
all,
that's a
I wear
good
glasses.
one.
I wear glasses when I drive, and I can see what I'm
Uh-uh.
driving. Not pineapples. Passion with your silly self.
So we need to clear the road for you.
Oh, no, I can see what I'm driving because I
Nah,
wear
nah.
glasses.
We need to buy you a
Not
snowplow so you can
the
just
glasses are beautiful when you're driving, but the little small handwriting is not good for me. I can't see small writing.
have you well, I'll tell you this right now. And this might be something you use at home or at work. So I'm used to having multiple screens. And so I kind of I believe it or not, I lose my mouse from screen to screen. It's aggravating. So I got I guess this is a 50-inch flat screen. And I
Mhm.
use that as my computer monitor now. And because also I can split the pages up on the screen, and it's working really well. So maybe you just go buy a flat screen TV, and it works really, really well
I can't put
for
that
me.
in my business. Or I can't do that for my business. I mean, then I'll have to sit in the back.
Mount it on the wall. It's a TV.
Please, I ain't putting up. Where I'm gonna put my merchandise at.
Well, I say it's like I said, I'm new to your channel, so I don't know exactly how your business is set up.
All
So
right, right. It won't be.
yeah.
These apps are fake. They did. Okay. So basically, the apps are fake. Okay. So I mean, wait, hold on. Let's go back. True force loneliness is a mental condition. Okay. So I thought you was talking about. Okay, Ebony. I thought you were talking about a channel though. Okay. That's where because it sounded like you were talking about a channel. My
Oh,
fault. Because people do have unique names for channels. Yeah, I know it's a mental condition, but people do have nicknames for channels. Okay.
oh. Let me ask you, how about you do a poll, see how many people think I'm full of shit and how many believe me?
Okay. Oh, well, okay. I can already tell you how many people we're gonna do a poll. I think that'll
Do
be
a poll.
pretty cool. I think that'd be cool. How many people? Okay, y'all. We're gonna do two different type of polls for everybody that thinks Steve is full of shit. Press a one in the chat, and then I'm also gonna do a poll. That's a good idea, Steve. Thank you. Press a one in the chat if you think Steve is full of shit. Please put a one in the chat. And also, I'm going to do a poll. So give me a second. Give me a second because we're going to hear a little feedback here. I'm going to cut it off. There we go. Okay. So you should be good. Okay. Give me a second. Let me let it pop up. Here we go. Let me create the poll. Uh, do y'all, hold on, y'all. Y'all believe Steve? Yes or no? Simple. Boom. There we go. All right. Now I'm also, let's see. Oh, Add to the scene. There we go. Added you to
Nice.
the scene. There you go. Okay,
Okay.
so I don't know if you heard me. I told people to press one in the chat, and also am doing a poll as well in the chat as well. So we did both.
I wish I
Okay.
could see the chat.
Okay, so races be gone types two. Because two, I guess two is gonna be for you believe them.
Okay.
One is for no. I believe it happened. Because two, I guess two.
You
You got
believe it?
you got to cut it out, cut it down, cut it off.
Okay.
You can watch it, but just cut it all the way down so you
I
can
got you.
see.
Now I got you. Bro.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Says let's see where we at here. Okay, hold on. Let me go all the way down here. Let me
Hey,
see.
can I step away for a minute while
Yeah,
you do
go
that,
ahead. Go
please?
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead. No problem. Come, you can come back. Okay, it says is an app fake text. Okay, they don't show clear photos on the ring camera. Okay, cool. As a rule, I don't trust proven liars. If Liv is telling the truth, she cried wolf too many times for me to entertain her BS. Okay, Bank. Okay, okay, okay. I think what is going on with Jasmine. Hold on, y'all. I gotta look at my phone because this is horrible. I cannot. It's bad. It's bad. Okay, so I have at least about 10 people then text me one. When I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking on my phone, my Instagram. People are hitting me up on my personal page on my Instagram. And so I'm going to go here. Give me a second here. I'm going to cut this all the way down. Give me just a second and let me look. Okay. So Myra says one. Sweet says two. Ebony says two. Cancer says two. Steve is very interesting. You like his opinion. I missed it. What did he say? Girl, I don't know. Girl, I'm just here. Miss Yella. Hawk. Okay, girl. Hey, girl. I don't know, girl. Somebody recap you in the audience, okay? But hey, girl, what's up? I ain't seen you in a long time. China says one. Racist Be Gone says two. Okay, Dr. A. The man has a sexy voice. Oh, Paulette. Paulette, you want to shoot your shot? We better turn this into a date show, a dating show. Y'all want to shoot your shot? I'm going to ask him if he's single. If he's single, y'all in red. Yeah, if y'all ready to mingle. What Gerard told you on being said about him on YouTube. Okay. I don't think he's had that, but I asked though, China. I ain't gonna just play your question up because that's a good question. That's a good question, girl.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about
Okay,
that.
so China asked what Gerard told you on what is being said about him on the internet.
Kind of assuming that he actually watches what is being said about him on the internet. It's amazing. Like, we look for this stuff. If you don't look for it, you don't find it. I mean, the internet's really big, but not everybody is consumed or indulges into this. That's what I think people forget that. I mean, I have other accounts on my phone, and when I go to them, none of y'all come up. And when I say none of y'all, I'm not being disparaging. I'm talking about even the other outside of this sector. I don't really look at reactor stuff on it. It's more work related. And guess what? A ton of stuff come up, but this doesn't come up. So if I started looking at videos from those accounts, then this stuff will start coming up. It's not really hard to avoid random people on the internet. It's just not. I know it's always on our feeds because we consume it.
Okay, one, two, three, no.
Oh, what
No,
happened with the poll?
it's up. It's three. No, I've read some. I don't know if you heard it, but okay. So let's look at the poll. I'm gonna look at the poll. Hold on. Give me a second here. Okay, let's see where we at now. Okay, so where we're at. Oh, y'all got these votes. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see, Steve. Put you back up here, Steve. Okay, there we
Okay.
go. All right, Steve. Now I'm looking
It's
at the poll.
50-50. I'm liking that.
Right, it
50-50.
is. It's 49 percent says yes and 50 now.
It's
Okay,
going back and forth. I'm liking this. This is
right.
very
It's
interesting.
It's 51% says yes, 49% says no. It's 45 votes so far.
I am liking. I mean, that's a very
Okay.
interesting
Okay.
split. I mean, so half
Yeah.
half is believe me, the other half. Why don't I was interested in some of the ones just voting they don't believe me. Why not? I'm kind of curious. The one says like, I think he's full of BS. I
Okay, so
mean,
I have one, two, three. For those that typed in the chat the ones or the twos, can y'all make sure y'all voted so we can account that? Because I obviously can't account to what's in my inbox. They're listening. Or y'all voting that's in my inbox. Can y'all vote please so we'll know? So we'll know. Steve, if Gerard is watching you, do you think he would know your voice and who you are?
I mean, I was working in Texas. I met the dude. It's not like I told you. I mean, maybe you're late. Yeah. I mean, I was working in DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, and all over that area and stuff. So I, I'm not, I'm not used to it. I don't know really how to take it, but s- some people, a lot of people say I have a unique voice, and so I'm assuming that I don't know what it, but yeah, um, I think most people remember my voice.
Okay. So where we at? Let me go back to my other core. Give me a second here. China. Hey China. Hey girl. Where you at? Let me see. Let me go back up to what your question was. Oh, okay. Is he going to bring this to court and put some kind of gag order or lawsuit for defamation? Okay, he needs to take action in
Well,
court.
I mean, come on. You can sue for defamation and things like that. Why put yourself through that with somebody that don't have money? She would be considered judgment proof. Yeah, you can go to court and deal with all of that and win, but what you winning? I mean, if that's how you want to spend your time? Going to corner gets live, or are you gonna raise your kids and provide a better future for them? And I mean, come on. I mean, she was wealthy or something like that. Like, okay, I'll consider it, but she's judgment proof. She's 40K behind the child support. I mean, yeah, that's not I don't think that's a useful use of your time.
So Destiny wanted to basically feel like you tripped up right over that question. That's what she feel.
Which question? She might be talking about an earlier question. So which one she's talking about?
Which question are you referring to, Destiny? Oh, and then someone said you had like a good radio voice.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
Oh, somebody listening to the Quiet Storm. Like if he like you think he'll be good on the Quiet Storm.
Mm, I can't see the chat, so I'm just let you say what you got.
Y'all are wild. My question is, why don't he have Olivia arrested for non-payment of child support?
Because that is a court matter. And you let it work its way through the court, and then also you have to look at perception. Um, if she's arrested, and it would be for felony child support. So yes, if when a warrant is issued, will and it will be, and it will be issued by the state. It's not people have this ideal like, oh, I'm going to do this to you, do that to you. It's a court matter, right? So you can push and prod, but ultimately the courts would decide to issue a arrest warrant, and it'll be for that much amount of child support. Most likely, it would be a felony warrant. So that means she's riding around in Florida and get pulled over for.
You broke up. I'll let you back up in here. There we go.
She's going to be, if she's arrested in Florida, speeding ticket, whatever, they run her stuff. She'll be arrested there and held in Florida jail without bond, and to Texas decide whether they want to extradite her or not. Which could, if she voluntarily extradites, that whole process still could take weeks or a good bit of time before she's shipped back, if that's what Texas wants to do. But she'll be in jail with no bond with that for a period of time. Also, Florida, just like a lot of places now, is very good with traffic cams. And you see all those little cameras on the poles. They're actually license plate readers. So if she's zipping around town, her plate's being picked up. and they know who is that vehicle's registered to. Have you ever just been like riding down the highway, you see the sheriff department pull over a car?
Of
Not the
course.
state trooper, but a sheriff department. Sheriff departments normally, at least in most areas, don't write speeding tickets if it's on the highway. It's
Yeah, but they'll
most.
pull you over.
Well, the reason is that person was going to work and they drive through that intersection every morning at the same time, and they had a warrant. That's
Okay.
why, because the
Okay.
cameras pick it up, and that's why you see not every state. Some state sheriffs do, write tickets and all
Yeah,
that, but a
that's
lot of
it depends on how small. It depends on what type of how small or big or large
yeah.
the municipality is.
Yeah, but on the highway, most highways are state, and so you have state troopers or whatever. But yeah, it's not, and like I said, every state is a little bit different. But I mean, so yeah, she does that, and as far as I know, there's not a warrant issued for her, but that's going to happen. That I mean, the process of what happens is going to happen. You know what I mean? The state of Texas is going to get tired of her BS or whatever, and that's going to happen. It doesn't, and she's going to say, "Your father had me locked up," and she's going to say that regardless. But no, the state had you locked up from not paying the taxpayers and giving, paying what you're supposed to for your kids. But so all of that, like I'm taking you and going to court, and I mean he's already doing the court thing. He's doing it legally, using the app like it's ordered. That's doing it the right way. She's the one that's violating all over the place. Let her crash out, crash out.
Okay, let's look at this. Okay, so let's look at 57. Y'all better come on and vote because we're gonna be wrapping this up soon. Y'all better come on and vote because I gotta get home to the
I
man.
I want to hear from the people that don't believe me why they don't believe me.
Okay,
I'm
that's a good
curious about
question.
that.
Okay, so Steve wants to know why y'all don't believe him. For the ones that don't believe him, we want to know why y'all don't believe him, girls. He said, "Why y'all don't believe him?" He said he has poured his heart out. He wants
Oh,
to
I
know.
got one better. I specifically want to hear from people that don't believe me, but believe live or leaning pretty heavy to believe and live. I think that's even better.
Okay. Okay, he asked a question. Y'all heard him. I ain't gonna repeat it. Shoot. Y'all heard just like I heard. I'm just saying. What don't y'all believe? I missed what he said. Okay, repeat what you said. Repeat what you said. No, okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you talk. Go ahead. Go ahead.
From the people from the poll, apparently it's roughly 50% that don't believe me. I would, out of that 50%, I would like to hear from people that don't believe me, but believe live. I would love to hear why they don't believe me and why they're leaning, and don't get me wrong, I know people like, hey, I believe her, but we're not talking about like betting your life on it and you're gonna put $1,000 on it, but you're leaning pretty heavy to believe in her. So I would like to hear from those people that don't believe me.
Hey, social intellect. Social intellect. What question do you have for Steve, girl? Did you? Cause you missed it. You missed some, girl. Girl. Okay, for those the ones that one of the people from my inbox says they don't believe neither one. They don't believe no dang gone body.
Oh, that's
And then
fair
he said,
enough.
"Why y'all don't believe?" He said, "Why y'all don't believe him?"
Yeah, why not?
He said, "Why not?" He said he done came up here now. He got something to say. He said, "Y'all." He said he wants y'all to ask him why. Tell him why y'all don't believe him.
Yeah.
Steve claims he knows Gerard. Okay, I'm gonna call him Gerard. What a liver call him. She said, "Oh, somebody says cam up." Oh Lord, he didn't told y'all to cam. He done somebody done told y'all to cam up. Hold on, let me put you back in the mix. Hold on, y'all. Let me put him back up here. There we go. All right. Okay, what y'all?
They,
He said why y'all? He said tell us why you don't. He said tell him why you don't believe him.
yeah.
I felt I'm so tired. I did a lot. I understand. It's hard for me to believe anything that comes out of Olivia's mouth because she is a liar and she cannot keep her story straight.
Mm.
Steve is the first time hearing your voice, so I didn't vote. I just came
Okay.
in the chat and I wouldn't trust anything Olivia said as far as I could throw her stank ass. Okay.
Hmm.
I'd believe a pet rock over Olivia. Okay. Hello, Leo. LOL. Steve's been in chats for weeks, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, no, no. And maybe you came in late, and I've went through even the history of how I found this sector, and it's been more than weeks. I've been in Pineapple's chat and Marissa Starr's chat. I mean, I don't know pineapples. I'm not sure, but maybe it's been 9 months. She would know better. She can go. I can go back and look. And the first person I ever found in this sector was Marissa Starr, and that's probably maybe a couple years. So I'm aware. I'm totally aware of these people, but I'm not aware of all the lore, the back history. So I'm not saying, oh, I didn't know these people. No, no, I wouldn't say that. I've been on the internet for decades. I'm just newer to this area. I'm always in the chats talking shit. I love y'all chats. I mean, y'all chats are open, they're interesting, they're funny. I mean, all of that is a good place to be in all of y'all guys' chats.
Okay, you said straight, straight like that. So she believed half of what she hear, half of what she see. Okay,
Yeah.
and she said Liv's lies, right? Liv does lie, right? And people believe her. So what is this? He's no different. Okay.
That's a very good point.
Mm, mm,
That
okay.
that is a I'm curious about because believe it or not, I guarantee you it's one or two or three people in your chat that would dang near bet their life that dirty dog Gerard, did this and did that. And it's biases too, you can have a lot of strong and it's important to recognize biases when somebody say, oh, I don't see race. I'm like, well, you don't see me. You know what I mean? Is because we have biases. If you don't recognize them, you can't address them. So if you go through a very bad relationship that's very similar to Live, you probably have more of a bias to it, but to believe that's what Gerard did. Understandable. Doesn't make it factual though.
Mm. Okay, so we're at 67 votes. We still at 51% and yes, and 49% no.
Y'all guys are good. Y'all going right down the middle.
Oh my God. Can somebody let's see. So it's yes percent, 51%. Okay, big backlit. Oh my God, y'all are something else. Y'all know Liv gonna be over there telling us fuck Dr. A. Fuck him. Y'all gonna have Liv cussing me out over there. I don't give a fuck, no. But but true fact.
I got a question for you because I missed you earlier. I came in very late into your stream, and it was apparently some tea on some channel that Gerard family members are relaying information to another creator. It did but I came in after that. But that's what I kind of picked up. Is this correct?
No, well, they said that Antonesia was basically talking to a reactor from I guess from another channel came up here and basically showed some information stating that Antonesia was
What
having
What do you
conversations
mean? Shows some information? Okay. I mean,
basically a private
screenshots.
chat. Yeah, well, no, actually a private chat or a conversation that the one of the beautiful reactors, because I always celebrate the reactors,
Yeah,
although
I've said plenty of times. I love what y'all
right.
guys do.
However, one of the reactors did like I think a private conversation, and it was released through someone else, through another lovely reactor, and it was basically put out on Front Street that Antonesia was allegedly having a conversation and talking about Olivia calling up to the school, and among other things, basically feeding her information, feeding that particular reactor information about Olivia. So that's basically what it is. You said, y'all crazy. Olivia will be going live in 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Y'all stupid. Oh my God. Okay, let me
So,
put you back up here. My bad.
oops.
There you go.
Oh, so a reactor was having some private conversations with Tanisha, and then they gave those conversations to another reactor, and that reactor released it publicly.
No, the reactor basically had a conversation with some of her people that was private. It was a group of people,
Okay.
and she had a conversation. She has another basically like a private chat, a
Okay.
private private chat. What we could
Right.
say that, and basically, she gave some information that she knew about some tea on Olivia. That because Antonisha had been talking to her, and she got other information. She says, in regards to Olivia. It's not. She said she don't really talk to me. Just give her information or whatever. And
Mm,
so another person, I guess, went into her chat and taped
I
it and
took it
brought
out.
it right.
Oh. Oh, you know what? I like I say, I'm very I think there's a new reactor that new to me, and I had watched a few times, and she was having some kind of private thing, members only, basically like a members only thing. I don't know if it's on
Right.
Discord or whatever. Okay, and so somebody basically went in and sniped the information and put it out to everybody. I would say this. It I don't know that reactor that's having a private thing. I've watched her a few times. You know, I like her stuff. I know her logo on my brain. I like her stuff. I find her, very interesting. Um, but and I, I'm not saying anything. She might be rock solid point A on everything, but how do you know? How do you
Uh,
know? Baby, how about this? How about if she's being catfished by somebody that's claiming to be Tanisha and this and that and being elaborate? Because people got time. Sometimes people just got time to mess with people. How do she know? Or well, better yet, how do we know that she knows?
I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm
Yeah,
just up
yeah.
here in my channel, just going boo 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 boo. You know what I
It's
mean?
just like that. This could be turned around to me. Absolutely, and it should be turned around to me. How do you know anything I'm saying about Gerard and knowing Gerard or anything like that? Because in my brain, I haven't presented any actual evidence whatsoever. None. And that lady that has the other channel, I don't know if she's presented actual verifiable evidence that she knows Nisha and she has inside information. I'm just saying when you have people in situations, gut instinct is not really a good thing,
I
right?
mean, hold on 1 second. Leo confirmed that it was true, but it wasn't Antonisha. Okay, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I probably will get the story a little bit off. I'm a little off
Yeah.
about the
No,
story.
no,
Yeah,
that's totally fine.
two
And I
people,
totally missed it, but I know Liv
right?
said in her
Two-
stream that she called the school and all. And I'm really skeptical about timing. It's like I want something to be predictive. Don't tell me after something happened 2 minutes after. When you tell me something's going to happen a week, 3 weeks ahead of time, and it's going to happen on this date, then it happens. I will look at that. Well, maybe you do know something or whatever. But when it's just like, because people don't pay attention to details. That's why a lot of the stuff that Liv says, when we go back, oh, we love it. But when you go back and really break down what she say, we catch her so many lies. So many, paying attention to details. And anytime I'm really highly skeptical about when somebody says, oh, just trust me. I don't need to trust anybody when I have evidence. The evidence will speak for itself.
Right. So yeah, I might get the story wrong a little bit. So hopefully the reactors would forgive me on that because I may get it messed up though. Okay, let me read this. Um, Hold on. You said you don't like the spilling tea. It is a way to discuss things, right? The streets are not too addicted to the tea. The streets are way too addicted to the tea over the actual reaction on critical thought. Okay, everything right. Hit the fan now. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a dog in the fight. I really don't know, y'all. And I ain't gonna act like I do know, y'all. Shoot, some of this tea I get so lost on. I'll be like, what? Y'all will hit me up. I'll be like, I really don't know because y'all already know I don't really like talking about Livia, to be honest. But today y'all was talking about it, so I was like, well, we can talk about it, I guess. Because that's what everybody was leaning toward anyway. So I was like, oh well. Jasmine didn't really post nothing. Y'all know I really do more Jasmine content than I do Olivia. Today is the first day that anybody ever really paid attention to what Olivia, anything in reference to Olivia, as much because usually Jasmine gets more traffic over here. But okay, yeah, I know that's right. I agree with that. We suffer alone together. I can't watch them without y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, well, y'all. Okay, do y'all have any other questions before we wrap up? Do you have anything else you would like to say? Because you might as well promote your channel. You know what I'm saying? You ain't started it yet. Did you already linked up? You don't want to do it yet. Okay. Mm-hmm. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can't hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me?
I
Wait a
hear you.
minute.
I don't know if they can hear you.
They're saying that they can't hear me.
Try it
Oh,
again. I hear you fine, but maybe
okay. Can y'all hear Steve?
I hear them. I hear you, but I can't see the chat.
Okay. Was mostly about Nisha, not Liv. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll say this: Nisha might be talking to a person every day. every single day and going into all kind of details about what they're cooking and what they're doing and what her relationship status is. But I wouldn't believe it without having proof that they actually have contact with that person. Well, I mean, so basically somebody could come up here and make up some shit, especially when there's a money factor to it. You know, sometimes people say, why lie? Why lie? People lie about anything. And then you throw a dime into it. And, you know, like I say, I'm doing a channel. I mean, this might be good promotion. I drop the channel name and boom, boom, boom. But my channel is going to be mainly about critical thinking and watching out for these traps that people lay for us and flawed thinking, um, somewhat about philosophy. And we can, you know, it's stuff you could take and apply to your job, apply to when you interact with people, and a way to have a more structured way of thinking where you could kind of analyze stuff, at least just on the surface, and be like, yeah, that's some bull. So that's what my channel's going to be about. It's not going to be all about, you know, the mommies and all of that. But I'm really concerned because I think all of y'all ladies and your audience members, they seem like some really cool people, but I see some really, really bad logic, like the fallacy of cherry picking. People will ignore 99 points that disprove what Liv is saying and find one thing that matches up a little bit. Like, yep, that's it. I do it. She's right. And it's like, you're picking one cherry that kind of matches up a little bit. And Liv was able to scam money from some of these people on her Instagram. So somebody as dumb as Liv could take advantage of our community as Black people. That's kind of scary. So I'll say all of that to say, yes, I worked at Dallas Fort Worth in that area. Everything, absolutely, I've told you, childhood, work experience, how I found this community, all of that, 100% true. I've never spoke to Gerard in my life. Never. Never met him, never spoken. And I provided zero evidence that I have. And that's the honest truth. Evidence that I have.
Okay. All right, y'all. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Steve, for coming live with us and giving us some
When pe-
insight.
when people tell you they're talking to this person, that person, and all of that, demand evidence. Scrutinize the evidence because I know this is fun and games, but people apply the same kind of logic when they leave off the internet and deal with the world and they get taken advantage of. And I hate that for our Black people. I really do. And don't get me wrong, white people think illogically also, but I care about us more than I care about others. I'll just be honest with you. So yeah, I was totally everything else, but about Gerard, I've never met him, never talked to him, but it's so easy to spin a tale about a person and people don't really even know how to get to the bottom of it. And so just be super aware. Take it as fun and games, but don't believe Liv without evidence, Gerard, me, or anybody else, and especially people that's making money off of it. Outside of entertainment, don't be too invested in this shit.
Okay.
That's all I have to say. Thank you for having me. I
No-
enjoyed it. Wasn't trying to be a dick, and I found the conversation very interesting, and I found the poll very interesting.
Okay, well, before you leave off, let me tell you what it says. It's 80 votes that's been casted, okay? And it says 40% says yes, they believe you, 54% says hell no, they do not believe you. Hold on. Let me let you back up. Okay.
I want to make this clear because maybe the transmission broke up, and
Okay.
I want to make sure it's clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So in case somebody missed it, because I know it's been cutting in and out, everything that I told y'all, childhood, where I've worked at, Dallas Fort Worth, the industry I've been, all of that is 100% true. 100% true. I did lie about ever knowing Gerard. I've never met Gerard, never had a
We
conversation
already
with
knew
Gerard.
that. We already
I,
knew
I'm
that.
just making sure it's completely clear, completely clear
We knew that though.
that people know that, because it's concerning that I presented zero evidence,
Correct.
zero evidence.
We
And I have,
already knew that. We just
yeah.
trying to get my views up.
Hey, listen, your views is popping. So I'm totally, I'm loving it. I'm totally, but
I
believe
already knew.
I totally, your views, but I'm just saying, because, and I don't know if you heard me, because I know it's fun in games, but just like Liv has presented zero evidence, it's other people that's presented zero evidence. And the thing is, you talk about, and you're very clear, you're speculating and you're just like delving into the ideal or whatever. You make it very clear to your audience. It's other people that take a firm stance that this one thing or this other thing happened, and they're lying to the audience and they're profiting from it. So you're very. That's why I say I love your channel. You be like, hey, you can go off the deep end, but you always bring it back to, you don't know this for sure, but we damn sure talking about it. Nobody should believe these people that say they got this and got that, or Live, or me, or
We
anybody else.
already knew, Steve. We already knew this was some hogwash, but it was funny.
It was fun, and I
That's why I
enjoyed it.
said I was clickbait and everybody else clickbait. Well,
That's
I
why
can
I
have
wanted.
my clickbait.
That's why I wanted that poll. I wanted that poll, and I'm gonna go back and look at the chat. But please, y'all, be very skeptical of people that tell you stuff without clear, convincing evidence.
We already knew. Okay, so Leo says not everyone likes being food though. Well, girl, you ain't
Yeah,
lying about
that's
that.
true.
You right. Nobody likes being food,
They
right?
don't. They
But
don't.
that's why I said allegedly. I didn't say for
Yes.
sure.
Yes, exactly.
He kind
You
of knew that, but
preface it.
I'm gonna ask him though. So we had questions because he said he wanted to come back. He wanted to talk.
Oh, let me make this clear too. You had no idea. We had never talked.
Mhm.
I mean,
No.
so I want your audience to know we've never talked beforehand. I spoke
Mhm.
to you in the chat. That was it. So I want anybody to like, oh, you done had somebody come on and y'all had planned. No, I've never. This is my first time ever speaking to you. Okay, so I definitely, because I know people will run with stuff. Let's make it clear. We've never talked. This wasn't the plan. I just like, it's so easy for people to come over and spill bullshit and people ride with it.
I mean, I just tend again. I'm just one of those type of people. I'm like, okay, so you want to have a conversation? We can have a conversation. That's kind of where I'm at. So I mean, I don't know why people acting. I mean, so I'm just gonna ask. I'm just gonna ask. That's where we ask. He is talking about he knew. Like what? Girl, yeah, he said he knew Gerard. Girl, he said he
Yeah.
met him at a girl, I
When I
was
was
just
working
like,
in
okay,
when I
well,
was
we
working in
going live.
Texas.
I said, well, we going live. I
Yeah.
know that. How you doing, Miss Yellow? You say, girl, yeah, girl. Steve, come back, LOL. Your voice
I,
is soothing, dude.
I'm sorry. And believe me, I'm not trying to like make it clown. Like I said, you didn't know anything about it. And if your audience, I just want y'all to be aware.
No,
People
I
come
don't.
out here and they sound convincing and they talking out their ass. You know, they're just talking out their butt. And just keep that in mind. Don't get too invested in it. And then take that out into the real world, because I come across people all the time and I'm like, they had no idea that, yeah, they're lying to me. And I know they're lying to me.
I don't take nothing seriously
Yeah.
on YouTube. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all know how I am. I get down. I just be like, okay, well, y'all want to talk about it? We gonna talk about it. Even his lies, he's more truthful than Live. Damn. What the hell? Y'all say even he more truthful with the lies than the Live. Oh Lord. Be aware of the bull, be aware of the bull crap, right? I knew he was lying before he even started talking. That's what Miss Cheek said, girl. She already knew.
She hate me.
Yeah. That's,
Yes, she does.
she,
I
that's,
I, I did I ain't hit that button way in the back like Gerard must have did with Liv, because he done made her lose her damn mind. He done, it was I ain't do that.
You said they've been saying this since because all the stuff that they were saying about Steve. I mean, not Steve. I mean, what's his name? Chris. Yeah. Steve, subscribe to my channel, please.
Definitely, I will. I might have to go back and look at the chat because I can't
That's
see it.
Passion Lisa, Passion Elisa.
That name sound dangerous. Oh, sorry. Passion Lisa, you're not sitting on a towel over there, are you?
I
That's
don't know,
it.
y'all. I had a good time. I was just asking questions, y'all. I mean, I don't know. I'm just here. I don't know what y'all want me to do. Y'all
Y'all guys had
insist
some
on
really good questions. The questions y'all asked were insightful. It's just I didn't give you any answers. I just kind of deflected and ran. I mean, so you were asking good questions, and so I definitely give y'all props for that.
well, okay, y'all. Well, thanks for the numbers. We know this isn't Dr. A's fault. Right. Yeah. Oh, Leo, y'all can't be mad at me. Hey, listen. If you are, let's talk about this. If you are a channel holder and somebody types in your chat and say they know somebody, you go, okay. We
Be
just gonna laugh.
skeptical. Be
Man,
very
I
and
just be like, okay, cool.
one thing I did say too is, and I said it in your chat earlier, if Gerard and Isha, they don't really go social media hard or anything like that, if they truly had something to say and they wanted it out there, they could just contact the creator, and then Gerard could put it on his Facebook or whatever and say, hey, this person, if they said I said something, this is going to be my spokesperson. It'd be no question. All of this person told that person, we got it from that person. It sounds pretty convoluted to me. If I want to communicate a message clearly, and I can't do it, I'll go to you and I say, Doc, I'm gonna put this on my Facebook and put a link to your channel and just say, don't believe anything that I allegedly said unless it comes from Doc. And that's it. It's done. Done. Over.
Mm. All right. Well, I enjoyed everybody. Thank you so much for coming up here, Steve. And thank you, everybody, for
Thank you.
listening. Thank you, everybody. We had a good time. I got to get the freak
Okay.
out of
Well, one
here.
other question, please. If y'all when y'all see me in other chats, don't beat me up. I ain't really trying to piss anybody off. I figure it's entertaining.
You
It's a
done
good
pissed
thought
off. You
experiment.
done pissed off a whole 50 people. And Olivia gonna be be going in on you. She say Liv is gonna F you up in them comments. She gonna be like, yeah, I'm just a pure, I'm pretty.
I
Yeah,
listen.
see?
I don't know how. I don't know. Liv done lost weight. I give her credit for that. And I would say it's amazing how much time you have to work out when you lose 3 kids and a dog and don't have a job. It's amazing. I mean, why don't everybody get on that? You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's amazing. So I'll give her credit for that. You know, she sacrificed her whole family, but she is working out. And I still don't understand how she has no chin and a double chin at the same damn time still. I'm
Well,
just saying. I don't know. It's amazing.
well, I was gonna say, because I was gonna say, well, Steve, I enjoyed this, but I thought this was some bullshit. But you before I could even get it out, my commentary, you didn't busted it all out. I was getting ready to say, well, I kind of feel like you, but you cool. You did
I
some. This was funny, but I was gonna say this was some bullshit though.
good. You should have called me on it. You should have said that's a book. You,
No, I was gonna wait till at the end. I was
no,
gonna
you
wait till
supposed
at
to
the end.
call me. You should
No,
have been
I'm
like,
not. No, I'm not.
uh,
I gotta continue. The show must go on. The show must go on.
oh man,
I was
I wish I would have held it. I mean, because I was
no,
waiting
you
for.
should have held it and kept going with it.
But
You
you're
know,
pretty
everybody else
shocked because I
left.
was like, but you know what? What you did was actually very good. You just let me talk, and a lot of times you let people talk.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to let people talk. What did you leave? What you left? You're supposed to let people talk. You don't interrupt them. You don't be like you don't Oprah don't not that I'm Oprah. I'm not even a journalist. Okay, let's just see social intellect be like she a journalist. I'm not no damn journalist. Number one, y'all. I'm not a reactor. I'm just a person that's up here talking shit. That's what I
So,
do.
are you saying you don't interrupt a crash out when they crashing out?
Mm-mm. I'll let
So,
it
if
go right
people want to
on.
know why Rod won't say nothing, he don't got that woman out of complete out the state. I mean, let her just keep crashing out. Don't feed into it. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, it's nothing he could say that's going to be a segment of people that 100 believe he been busting that dirty tootin' cat, and nothing he could say is going to change that. So why say anything? Go on about
right.
your life, take care of your kids. Take care of that beautiful black woman. I love dark skin. She is pretty, but that's my opinion.
She is
But
pretty. I think she is pretty. I think she's a pretty
yes,
woman. Yes.
yes, yes. I mean, and I'll tell you before I go, one other thing. Liv is proud of all the things she had nothing to do with. Liv did not had nothing to do with her complexion. She had nothing to do with her eye color. She had nothing. That's genetics from her parents. Now she could take some pride in losing weight, but when you sacrifice, it's like some dude saying, "Oh, I got that promotion. Yeah, but I love my 3 kids, my wife, and I worked every day to get it." What? You know what I mean? So she is 35 going on 16.
Oh, hey, do better. Woo. Okay, well, Steve, I got to go. Thank you so much. Anytime. I
Uh,
had a good time with everybody in the chat. Y'all had some excellent
yes, I
questions.
did.
And what I love about the Crystal Palace is can call BS in a minute. I love y'all. But I didn't want to say nothing. I was just going to read the question. I was like, well, they say you full shit. I'm just going to say, but I'm just going to smile with it. But go ahead. What you going to say? What you going to say now?
I'm gonna go back and read that chat, and I know y'all probably were flaming me in there.
That was going in.
Y'all probably was dragging me, and which rightfully so. I mean, I was talking out my ass a little bit. I was just making it sound good.
They was
So
going they was
go
going
in.
in.
This is
But
the
they was
place for it.
nice. They was nice. And I think they was nice. They probably was nicer because of the fact that they didn't want to go too hard. But they was going hard. They went hard in here. But they don't they keep I've seen them in other chats and they really be going hard. They just doing it out of respect, I guess.
Uh,
But yeah, nevertheless, y'all, thank you so
Okay,
much. Make sure y'all
bye.
tune in.
I
I
gotta
gotta get
go.
this
Bye,
stuff out of here because I
guys.
gotta walk in the door.
See y'all around. Bye bye.
All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming live with Dr. A in the Crystal Palace. I'm going to call some people when we get off of here. I think this was a misunderstanding. I think there's a misunderstanding. I still think there's a misunderstanding. Girl, there's gonna always be a misunderstanding because people are going to have their own ideals because they're staunch on it. You know what I mean? Passion. People gonna always have their own ideals because they're gonna believe what they believe, right? And they're not gonna look past or try to, or try to understand where you're coming from. And that's just it. That's why I'm be trying to convince people of such. I just go, okay, well, I don't think you understand what a person's saying, but okay. All right. And that's the bottom line. People are not gonna understand or try to understand. People are just gonna be whatever way they're gonna be. And that's just my thoughts. But anyway, y'all heard these keys jangling. So when the keys get to jangling, Dr. A got to get the ring. Okay. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye. No, that's not me. Bye, y'all.